सिद्धिविनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Should we start?
Yeah, I will just introduce myself. Good evening. Okay, good evening, everyone, and I would like to welcome all of you, to our Rotaract Academy event and how to build Amazon from a scratch by our speaker, Payal Jeshwani ma'am. And I will briefly introduce about our today's speaker. Payal is one of the key management members of 99 Years Network LLC. She serves as a managing director, leading 99 Years global sales and marketing efforts, as well as establishing and maintaining the relationship with the key clients. Having studied in the UK, Payal was instrumental in setting up her own fashion brand and launching it across the Europe and Asia, providing her international experience that has shaped the work she does with the 99 years. Thank you. Now,
Thank
ma'am,
you.
you can start.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Kunal. Ma'am, it's all yours.
just give me a moment.
Yeah, sure.
Hi everyone. This is Payal. As I think Kunal spoke about me. I'm not wrong. So thanks for the quick introduction about me. And yeah, today we're going to have an amazing session. I think all of you are engineers. I just spoke to Prince and Suraj, and they just told me that all of you are engineers here, and you're going to love this session of how to build your brand globally. I mean, basically, it's more focusing on Amazon, how to build your brand on scratch from Amazon. I always say build digitally, scale up globally. That's what I believe in. So that's we have started. I'm going to quickly go about how I started my journey towards Amazon and doing e-commerce through the way. So I'm actually like everybody has a weird story. I started my diploma and bachelor's of fashion. I was too much creative back in my school days, so I thought of giving a shot on fashion. I definitely went to Australia. I did my diploma in Singapore, did 4 years, started launching a brand eventually by my last year, could not wait, did internships, thought I could do it on my own. Too much ambition happened that time, and I launched my own brand, did various shows abroad, did a lot of understood how business works. I was reaching in a great scale of heights. I was doing international shows. My collection was selling worldwide. But I suppose you guys are thinking, then why e-commerce and why she is talking about fashion right now. So it is a very great learning, I think, for you guys. I'm sharing that whatever you want to do that time, situations make you feel maybe that's not the right thing to you for you to do. So everything was good about fashion, but business was not good about fashion. And right now it's just the bad with COVID. The fashion industry has gone totally in a mess. So what happened with my career is that I started realizing that fashion is a lot of investment. After keep putting in year on year, month on month, it is not enough. And to make my name to that, to Manish Malhotra, or to somebody who is really, really big in the fashion industry, would take me 10 to 15 years. I could not wait as I'm too fast. I really wanted to grow fast. I could not wait with the speed it was going through. So I realized that it's going to be a lot of capital expenditure. I didn't want to take a loan. I didn't want it to, I was doing pretty well to kind of self-sustain, but not as big as that I could own a store or launch my brand in, various places. So I just thought of, I understood my dad had a small venture that time. He was an investor in e-commerce company, and he kind of always were inclined towards taking me to e-commerce. I understood how e-commerce exactly back in 2017, which was not as the way it was today. So I understood how I can exactly kind of take a turn around. I started selling my products on e-commerce initially, and I started seeing the growth. It was really faster. It was volume. It was massive, and I kind of turned down my fashion business. I got completely into e-commerce, and I understood slow on slow that e-commerce is the future. And I want to help so many of young brands to get into e-commerce globally, whether it's US, Australia, UK, because there is so much of problems when you get into the offline market with the capital incentive investments as well as the compliances. It's not that easy when you have to get into the offline. It looks in a very different way. You will take years and years figuring it out. But e-commerce, you can definitely tell you that you can get into like 12 months to 18 months. You can rock the kind of player if you have all the parameters in place, and if you have some support and agency and expertise there. So yeah, I started. That's about me. I started my e-commerce journey from there, and since then I am in this industry and I'm loving it, especially right now in the COVID times. So I know I went a little longer, but that's a sweet short story about my fashion journey to e-commerce entrepreneur. Now I solely manage. In fact, I'm taking US, Canada, and South America as the biggest potential markets for me. I'm going to be moving there. So I'm going to be managing the entire and expanding into a great level. Well, I trained a lot of students. I have a good following on Instagram, LinkedIn. I do a lot of networking. I'm always there in some of the other events and webinars, and I keep doing a lot of videos. So you can obviously have a lot of content through my channel, which I can share you later. As well as I love networking. I love traveling. Whenever I travel anywhere, I'll find work there. So it kind of balanced my work and my travel and my holiday. And other than that, I'm always working out somewhere in some new gym because I love trying different gyms and I love reading books. So that's a little bit about me before I start giving you a lot of gyan. So today we are going to learn. Am I audible, right? Because I don't hear anybody talking anything, just me talking. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. You're audible, ma'am.
I wanted to make sure that nobody's sleeping. We're all like, you guys are listening to me. So yeah. Global e-commerce 2020. I'm just going to give you a gist on global e-commerce, Amazon parameters, and how do you brand build on Amazon. Why I focus Amazon? Because it's the largest e-commerce marketplace, and it's going to give you a gist of everything than your own website. 99 is my agency. What we do, I'll just give you a complete example of that. And the top product categories from India is where we focus on. What are the top products you should think of if you want to launch your own brand? And my agency success story with various brands. So let's begin. Global e-commerce in 2020, I think it's the need of an hour. Even the guys who've never even thought would want to go on e-commerce are today on e-commerce. Like Haldiram, a packet of Haldiram is also selling on Zomato today. So that is the kind of things have been changed. For me, GeoMart is going crazily marketing, as you see on television, because it's people have kind of stopped thinking of going to retail stores. Like e-commerce has been a bright spot among all the retail channels, which we all clearly see. We are scared still now to go to Big Bazaar or D-Mart and just prefer to kind of order it online, even whether it's just your hand wash or a basic fruits or vegetables. That's the kind of thought we have. We are ready to wait for like 10 days, but we are okay to kind of order it online. And if you guys have also noticed, a lot of guys of today started using cards and there have been no returns. Initially, there was a lot of cash on delivery. I'm not saying there is no cash on delivery. It's just that a lot of people are getting used to the entire e-commerce. Even my grandparents. So I see a lot of. They're also trying to do a lot of net banking. So there's a lot of e-commerce which it's getting in people today. Not only the young chaps, but also the senior citizens, which is a great. I think which is a great development in India. Uh, Major product category also has been affected. So a lot of brands today, like offline exporters, like textile exporters, handicrafts, like Ayurveda, Indian is the hub of all of this, has tremendously got affected. A lot of fashion brands have got affected, who are exporters uh, in abroad. They have also kind of thought of having, instead of going for a complete loss and trying to work it out, they're trying to work and venture into global online business, where they kind of are going to be selling to Amazon.com in the US, various marketplaces. They're trying to make that as very big market, because people are going to go definitely shop. People are going to definitely want to buy stuff which is need of the now, but they're not going to stop buying. But they get an online as a new business perspective for them. Well, this is something like your Chamanprash, your Ayurveda, your grocery products, all your health, personal care products have had double X e-commerce sales, because we do a lot of data crawling in our agency and we understand that 2X of e-commerce sales have happened over the lockdown from April to June. And it's further increasing right now because it's Diwali time and there has been obviously a lot of gifting and Christmas, a lot of things are happening currently. Due to the physical stores closure, a lot of demand, obviously, because initially, I think your Kirana shop, your grocery store, you would, just buy everything. Now, I think a lot of people have cut down and, trying to go to Big Basket and Nature Basket and order stuff according to their convenience. So, obviously, that has happened. Overall, I would not say that, offline is completely gone. It will come back, but it's going to come back very slowly because, first of all, the kind of losses that occurred. A lot of people have shut down their stores, and it's not going to be easy for everybody to kind of go pump it up the way retail was. And people have the mindset कि चलो retail से नहीं होता है तो offline online भी कर सकते हैं. Like that's the kind of thought businessmen today are looking at. It's different on different countries, like Southeast Asia, for example, Far East, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand. They're doing amazingly well on e-commerce. India is also doing pretty well, but if you see comparatively, its offline is also working in smaller towns. So it's kind of mixed reviews everywhere. But certainly e-commerce is kind of booming the way it's speeding up compared to the last few years. And it's going to scale up for another 2 to 3 years in a very faster mode. Obviously, it's going to scale up for 10, 20 years now. But the way it's going to scale up in the next 2 years, it's going to be a very different comparison to offline. So it's a great industry to work on. And I think if you guys are looking for, understanding how e-commerce industry work, I will try to help you in the coming slides. Making it big on e-commerce. So why I keep talking about different e-commerce markets, because India is just a populated market, but the buying consumption is not. Like, for example, in our house itself, when we use like a bed sheet, we use it for years. Like the in US, with the current scenario, they're hardly even using it for a month because they're pretty scared about the bugs and the insects or the dirt being there and getting you the virus on the bed sheet. So they're pretty careful. They would not go for laundry because they find that expensive. They would rather go and buy a new one from Amazon or Walmart. That's the kind of thought they would do. So the kind of consumption, the continuous buying in the US, it's pretty mature, and it's like a bread butter for them. This is one example. But in India, we would try to kind of buy it maybe in a year or 2 years, depending on the need of a bachelor, of a married woman, of a family. So it's more conservative here. So that way, I think a lot of people look into North America. It's a very potential market. Europe is also UK, Europe, Germany. They're very potential again. So these obviously lead in terms of your e-commerce. And suddenly there has been a Asia Pacific which has been booming, which your Philippines, Vietnam have suddenly started to kind of show a tremendous sale, even further than India. And India is growing on its own space, definitely because of population. Everybody wants to come here, whether it's Walmart, it's Geo, everybody wants to start. And it will eventually start showing the route. So that's a little bit about the potential markets. I have quickly given an example of fashion because I feel everybody loves talking about fashion, and it is the kind of industry which has been hit majorly right now. And I'm also from fashion, so putting a quick example on that, the market is pretty big. A lot of fashion has gone to your Mintra and Nika and so many marketplaces across the globe, and it's about like 497.8 billion in the last year. And there's some potential market are Amazon, obviously. You count Mintra, you count Nika, but the fashion of Amazon will not be that niche, but it's the biggest. I mean, every Tom, Dick, Harry buys from Amazon, as well as talking on Rakuten is the biggest in Japan and headquartered in US as well. So it is counterpart in US. JD is a biggest in the China. So giving you a list of example about around the world. So it was going to be very fascinating to you how fashion industry kind of boomed. Just giving you a very typical example of an Indian sari, Bagalpuri silk sari. It was not even known to anybody because it's a very niche product. It's not very familiar to anybody. So somebody kind of just searched it, sari, and they kind of found Bhagalpuri and it started trending. So that's the magic of Amazon SEO. So it started trending and started getting a lot of sales because that's where a Bhagalpuri silk was actually known after somebody just randomly went into it, and it started becoming a recurring sale organically, which is I think a very good thing. But it doesn't happen all the time. It's something which is by luck and just happened. But it's a very good insight to give you guys that an unknown product can also do a wonders on the e-commerce market. Little bit going on that, obviously, when you talk about fashion categories or textile apparel category accessories, America, Europe are the pretty potential market, and in Singapore is also growing pretty well. uh, Other Asians like Philippines, Vietnam, they have a good capacity manufacturing, so they're also going very well on e-commerce because they feel that they have the potential to grow big. So that's why they're also developed Asian countries are also doing. India, I won't say it's back, but it's just that it's going to gradually see because the number of population versus number of people shopping, it's less, but it's kind of gradually going to happen. And e-commerce today is not only selling in terms of in the metros. There are a lot of people, when we see the data, somebody is buying from a small town in Bihar, or somebody is buying from Kashmir. So it's kind of Jammu, it's kind of very much segregated. We really won't know that where it's all been actually taken care of. They're not only buying, they're also buying the TVs, or they're also buying the refrigerators, so which is not a small thing. So that is something, a really good data to share with you guys. So that's a little bit about fashion and the potential of textiles, just a product. This is the kind of data where how much online shoppers shop around the world. So whether it's United States, I mean, you can see the graph. It's basically the kind of revenue per shopper. So it's pretty potential in US. India doesn't even come in the picture. India definitely is a sizable income with shops, not the overall. If we could be saying 30% of India would be like the consumption, rest people would be just buying when they need. So that's the kind of potential we see. That's why a lot of Indian guys are looking to sell in the potential markets. I would just go a little bit on Amazon parameters and launching a brand on Amazon. Hope you guys are not bored yet. I would like to hear other people talking except for Prince and Suraj. Um, hello? Am I
Yes,
audible?
ma'am. Yes.
Oh, I heard somebody else today. Okay. All right. So Amazon parameters, before you actually launch your brand, so you really need to keep certain criterias in your mind. Like you can't just set up a product on and sell on Amazon. It's not that easy, but you need to have a thought process before you actually start. You can definitely launch your brand on Amazon, but you really need to keep some parameters in your mind if you really want to be successful and achieve some good sales. Because at the end of the day, you're looking for business out of it. They're investing money in creating a product. So, focusing first, you're going to talk about कि क्या बेचूंगा, क्या बेचूंगी, like what is the kind of product you're going to be actually selling in. So, with Amazon, if you really want to play safe and you think you're a small startup and you really want to start something selling and you don't have a manufacturing unit, yeah, am I audible?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think
Yes,
some,
ma'am.
yeah, yeah. So small lightweight products. I mean, I think small boxes like maybe could be your mugs, or it could be t-shirts, some graphic t-shirts. Like these also do wonders. Why I'm saying some products, because if you don't really have a product, you can have a thoughtful product, a unique product coming out. A good price point to sell would be 500 rupees. Talking in India, not any other country right now. 2,500. So that would be a good price point for Indian market. Keep in mind that it has to have a low competition. For example, if it's a good t-shirt, with a little bit funny graphic, it definitely going to stand out because people are going to be focusing on, okay, it's something more different, it's not something which is available. Maybe, for example, going on some character or going on so it's something more which is your creation. So that will have definitely low competition, and it's a high margin product definitely because shirts, t-shirts, mugs, they had good profitability. You can easily earn obviously like double the price if it's like 250 to 200 or maybe 100, because it's quite affordable and you can definitely gain some good returns out of it. I won't go in detail because I think that depends on product to product, but I gave a gist of everything. The next thing, obviously, you're going to be looking to register, right? Until you don't register on Amazon, how are you going to sell? So you need some criterias. Like you can't just sell it off as a student or just out of graduate. You need to really have some proof of concept, because Amazon today is not something you can open and it doesn't work. It's like Facebook, nahi chala to ban kar diya, ads nahi chale, not like that. You need to have a verified bank account, a government account, or something which is focusing in terms of your proof of address. Anything which is your business details could be your office address, your home address where you're registered. Your brand has to be trademarked. If you are also doing GST, so your tax registration also need to be there. So these are the things which you need to counter, because you're selling goods in India, and the kind of compliance in India is involved. It's not that easy. And then you opt for a program of fulfillment by Amazon, then even that. You also it's this thing. I'm going to give you a little bit gist of it this later in the coming slide, so you guys don't get confused. But you got the documentation which is required. What is Amazon fulfillment? So Amazon fulfillment is basically, Amazon takes care of your warehouse. Amazon takes care. They have the warehouse. They take care of your product. I meant uh, picking, packing, your goods are gone, your goods are there with you. You were actually sent to Amazon warehouse, then it's their headache to kind of deliver it to the consumer. Whether what product is going to be, how they're going to courier it, and what time it's going to reach. So all of them is their headache, providing customers this thing. Even if it's a product return, they're going to go send it back to the warehouse. So you don't have to kind of require a manpower or give time to how that the entire channel is going to work, because it's not that easy. You have to kind of constantly be there. Obviously Amazon takes a charge for it, but on month basis. But I think that's the most easiest way to do your selling in a good way. Keeping goods on your way, it's going to be a hassle to kind of catch hold of a logistics person and kind of deliver. Amazon is pretty much friendly, and they know they're the best when you're obviously dealing with Amazon. You can definitely do fulfillment by Amazon, and it also helps you delivering faster, and it will give you good sales because they kind of push your product online. That's the kind of entire algorithm they have in their because it's a source of income for them. The process it goes basically, you have to create your Amazon selling account. It's like you create your account in Logger Central, and what you do then is that you set up FBA, like basically you create a shipment for your products, you prepare your goods, and you send it to the fulfillment warehouse at Amazon, and then Amazon will take care of the rest. What the next step, what you do is, you ship your products to Amazon. So you prepare as in the entire transportation, entire packaging, labeling, because Amazon also asks for a certain format to send you, which they give you proper instructions on. Then the shipping plan, the labels, all of that has to be checked again before shipping to Amazon. And the last foremost thing is that you, once this is reached to Amazon warehouse, meanwhile the entire process is that you start creating content on your Amazon account, where people can start looking at what products you have, what is the content, why are you different, create a brand page. So all of that Amazon gives you a lot of authority if your brand is registered. And then you can, once the goods are reached Amazon warehouse, you get an update, and then you can make your brand live, something like this. I've given a jewelry example. So all of this is your content. It's called product catalog. It is just not put up like that. Okay, there is, each and every word has a keyword analysis. So when you somebody is just searching, for example, it's like Google search, but this is more uh, prominent now because you can actually shop while searching. So for example, somebody searching like 10 coal gallery, so it's actually mentioned. So with the search volume, this has actually been put up because it doesn't make sense when you read it, like natural gemstone, 10 karat gold, brilliant cut, perfect. So these are all the words which have been good search volume, and that's how you kind of this page shows up as a product, and you kind get good sales. So it's basically you have to keep on analyzing a lot of words. So we have a lot of engineers. We do a lot of data work because we only work with engineers. We believe that they understand the entire logic of keyword seeding, keyword analysis, and how the entire content works with the technical bit of it. So we definitely have a team of creative and content who does the complete creating of content, lifestyle pictures, how everything is going to be, and a lot of content. Sorry for that about that, and a lot of content which has been properly thought of, because in India people don't really read a lot of content. They would just read your upper thing and see the images and some authorifications. They would not read everything, but uh, it's our job to kind of put the real justification about the brand with keyword seeding. That's a little bit of it. This is also the attributes, which different colors and all of that. This is the way it works. But in the US, they're pretty particular about what you write, because if you don't deliver that, if you get a negative review, your account can also get blocked because they believe in something which is, it's true, it's true. You can't just talk something and write something and just speak about the product. While India, it's still not that, it's workable that way, because the kind of thought process and mentality here, people understand 70-80% it's going to be fine, 20% it's not going to work. So that's how. So little bit after, once we have kind of listed a product alive, so what happens? ऐसे तो नहीं बिकेगा, ऐसे भी बिक सकता है, but it's not going to be that much of sales. I mean, that's a slow process. Today, the traffic is so much on Amazon that they also want to make money. They're not going to give you free traffic and still sell your product. They have taken advantage of making money, like how Google AdWords have. So it's called Amazon ACOS, Amazon Cost of Advertising, where you have to put your money, your credit card, and they generally accept credit cards. You can't put debit card here since all the international companies have credit card as their subscription. So that's how it is. It is the parameter to measure Amazon cost of campaign. So it's all campaign management. So because you invest money and you get ROI, return on investment, that's how you invest money, you start getting more traffic. There are more impressions, there are more people who are viewing your page, and you start eventually seeing more sales. You have to invest certain point in order to get certain sales. You can't expect कि मेरे को 200-300 सेल एक दिन में ऐसे ही आ जाएगी. You have to invest. So that's why I have kind of how the entire system works is advertising ad spend upon revenue. So for example, if you that's your A cost, that's the kind of cost it's going to be percentage. So how much you actually spend versus how much revenue you get, you understand your A cost percentage into 100. So if it's 50%, 70%, it's bad. 50%, it's still okay, because initially what happens is that you don't get like 10-20%. It's like if you're doing 10-20% of ACOS, you're doing so much of profit, like good number of sales and with a very less spend. That's good. That's like a generating profit. 50-50 is still like manageable. You're like kind of sailing somehow the other way. But this is a quick example I have given. I'm not going to give you in detail because I kind of explained you. Otherwise, you're going to really go very intense about it. Yeah, just basically, ACOS defines of how much every dollar that was earned or advertising was spent on the ad campaign, like I told you. So it kind of gives you a ratio of how much advertisement upon revenue into 100. So that's the kind of logic you have to apply. Something about my agency. So that's where the entire e-commerce parameters happen, and you have to keep redoing the process, keep reanalyzing. So I'll tell you how our agencies help a lot of brands, because it's not that easy as it looks. कि खोल दिया, सब कर दिया और sale आ गई. So we have a team of like 50 people who are driving for each and every about 30-35 brands. So I'm going to give you a gist of what our company does. We are an e-commerce performance agency based out of Mumbai and California in the US. Just giving a little bit just about us. We've established over 7 years, which is 2013. iOS 9015 certified company, means we are process driven. Our team has been qualified 50% of engineers. We love engineers because we believe that they work in a certain manner, and we like that. We are called ourselves a 360-degree e-commerce agency because our expertise lie in establishing, managing, and growing your business. It's not only like opening your account, but also taking care of your revenue of each brand. We have worked with more than 300 brands in various product category like pet, bar, jewelry, fashion. So we understand how every product category works. 99 service offerings. We provide end-to-end e-commerce services from account management, product cataloging, so basically taking care of your account, how entire thing works. I'm sorry, I've just got a little cold, so just getting a little disturbed in between. Promotions, e-commerce marketing, like I said, the campaign management, customer support, reviews, feedbacks, inventory mapping, and driving your business performance, basically end-to-end sales. So that's the kind of focus. What 99 is unique because we believe that we are a key processing outsourcing and sales processing outsourcing. By key and sales is that we have a process which we follow, and we give the kind of result in that, when we also help them driving sales for every brand. So I think that's a pretty different concept where as a brand we help you grow your sales. That's why we are innovative, and we are tied up with 20-25 marketplaces around the globe, which I don't think any agency today is tied up across the globe from India. The way we work, like EMG, like the other agencies, other sales, they have different kind of analysis, which is more slow. The way we work is EMG model, we call it: establish, manage, and grow. Little more defining on our implementations is that we are an agency where we have, brand assortment, creating your content, cataloging in a certain manner, having the right content so you don't goof up on the marketplace, making sure the marketplace is live in certain manner. When it comes to manage, we help you driving good numbers. By good numbers, I mean some good profitable numbers. And create your own website eventually, because if you have good traffic on Amazon, also you're selling, but you have to pay Amazon, which is a loss in the longer run, right? So you want to have all the traffic on your own website because you're creating a product. So we do your own website. We help you driving traffic from Amazon to your own website, create social media presence, marketplace penetration. So grow is where we expand you. So you like at one marketplace, we take you to 10 marketplaces because you're like, I want to grow bigger. I want to have more sales. And we try to market you in a very big way on your digital forum also. Just focus on constant revenue. So that's the kind of plan we do. Our Manpower Strength, we basically have everything, all of these departments. So a lot of engineers also have gone into the roles of content writing because they thought they are good at content writing. We take a lot of interns and we train them for 6-8 months, and then eventually they kind of developed over a year and choose their own areas, whether they want to go at content cataloging, social media, photography, because we have separate departments, because these are all different departments where you have hell of a work to kind of do it. AMS is more on the coding and understanding of how the entire algorithm of Amazon works. So that's the kind of manpower department we have. A little bit just on our clients. These are all the potential clients from India, Bangladesh, Singapore, as well as Europe, and some also in US now. So Alo, Kevin Care, these are some of the potential bigger listed companies we deal in, about 5,000 crore company to 10,000 crore company. They're that big, and they are also doing like about 500 crore sales with us. So it's quite potential to see how they grow on each day. Top product category, global e-commerce. These are some of the categories from India which are doing wonders. Like cotton is from India, like bed, towels, kitchen accessories. There's a great demand from India to US. Fashion, ethnic fashion definitely is from India. Kitchen, like copper products, steel is the biggest manufacturer in India. China is not even competing with us in this category. Rugs and carpets, handicrafts in Indian origin. Well, we all know something about content. Content is king, strategy is the queen. So that's how we think. Content has to be the first, and the strategy has to be involved. Some of our content work, but our team guys, these are some of the number of brands we deal in. So like the bed, the cosmetic product, towels, the skincare products. So all of this content has been done by our team, the creative team. Just as gist of how they work, because this is not just put up in a way just like that. There is a concept which is involved for Amazon specific. What color, what content, what has to highlight, what size has to be done, what thought process has to be done with in terms of selling the product, what discounts have to be offered, all of that. The way we work in groups. For each brand, we have a team of 4-5 people who are working in a group, and everyone is responsible for their own task. That's the kind of work we do. Currently, we are working from home, but I think 50% of staff is coming back to work because they believe that working together makes them work faster and more productive. So these are departments we have in our system. Giving you a gist of a case study of how a brand actually made a good revenue. This is a home furnishing brand, your bed sheet, your towels. So giving you a little bit about that it's a public limited company, and from India, who was selling big manufacturer in the US as an OEM manufacturer, basically selling it to others on their brands. Like if Walmart wants their own brand, so they would do it on Walmart's brand. So they would not have their own brand. And then slowly started realizing that the big guys in US are not paying them on time. So they, like the way they do it in India, the payments never come on time, which is a big hassle. And the payments were huge. So they started realizing that instead of going to this business is going to not be viable for them, they started having thought of online sales, because Amazon or any other marketplaces gives you a revenue in 15 days. Like your payments come every 15 days of cycle, which is good, right? So you kind of can reinvest in your business. The bigger the volume, the smaller the volume. It matters for any business. So the management decided to launch its own brand and go through e-commerce channels. Number of units sold, that's about in 12 months, like 40,500 and 2 million, which is like 2 million USD is like what? It's like about 15 crores of sale, which is like marvelous, if I have to say. And different styles of products launched, 1,000 plus orders processed on month, and number of marketplaces like your Walmart. There are various marketplaces in the US like Wayfair, textile oriented. So that's the kind of marketplaces. Positive feedbacks were 750s. Everybody loved the product they launched and the customers' reviews and all of that. The wide variety of product was giving a strong presence. A lot of content was created. They also realized how spending on campaigns gave them a lot of result in a good return on investment. So they didn't lose money. Obviously, they didn't gain a lot of money in the start, but they started understanding that they're going to eventually make a lot of money. So that's a little bit about them. In a nutshell, what we do, everything from content, inventory, taking care of the customer, managing, driving your sales, marketing, campaign, data analyzing, reporting, strategy, everything for a brand. End-to-end e-commerce. These are all the marketplaces. I'm sure some of you must have heard some of the marketplaces, but some not. Like Zando, more on the Asia Pacific. Macy's is big in fashion in US. Zalora is again Asia Pacific. So they're all the good marketplaces. Lazada is again very big. It's like Amazon of Asia Pacific. So that's the kind of marketplaces they have. Zalando is very big in like Myntra in Europe. So all of this rest are mostly in the US. What our client says about us. So these are all the potential clients success stories. Just giving you quickly a gist of how you can actually launch your brand. Do a quick market research, which product is selling, what's not selling, have a detailed understanding of the product, and it's already there on various marketplaces, how much it's selling, what are the brands, and then build your brand in a very different way. Like, don't try to say that the brand which already like just a random name. It has to have a meaning to it. It has to have a story to it. Like, if you or your mother is forming a brand, right? Try to have a story to it so that it comes to us as a different story, and people would like to try a product. Product assortment. Try to create a product, or we are there always to help you as an agency. But if you want to launch it individually, try to focus on the product, compare it with other brands who are selling, who have entered the market, what product, how much capital you have, how much can you actually create. Speak to the manufacturers. 100 units or 1,000 units depends on your personal capabilities. You have to have certain registration process like your GST to register your brand trademark. Otherwise, you're going to definitely get through and have a huge problems in compliances, which is you can't avoid in India. And brand registrations. You can't just sell any cosmetic or any product just like that. You need to have certain certifications for your proof of your clients. You have to understand that if you're trying to sell a product, you need to have if you're not a manufacturer, you definitely need to speak to a manufacturer, need to tell him that I need that much production every month, so that you are not sold out on Amazon and you still have enough goods to sell. So that's the kind of entire cycle you need to keep in mind. All of these points before even you're starting out a brand. Well, we are based out of Mumbai in Andheri. Takinaka. We have US office in California, LA. You can definitely go through our pages. You'll see a lot of content. Also, my Instagram is I am Payal Jeshwani. You can follow me there. I put a lot of content on almost daily basis, and you can reach me out as well as go visit our website and tell us what you think about it. Build digitally, scale up globally. That's my motto, and that's about 99 virus. I think I will want to accept some questions or any queries you guys have, because I think I gave enough knowledge about over an hour now. So yeah, looking forward for some questions. If yeah, so
Hello.
Suraj, yeah, hello.
Good evening, ma'am. I would just want to talk about the example you showed, the ring, finger ring. So in the title, we had all the keywords which people usually search for.
Yeah,
But sometimes having titles like these tend to ward off some users. Like if I see something having a long title, I
yeah.
wouldn't want to. I wouldn't think it's a legit thing.
Yeah, you're right, but that's one of the parameters, right? You're going to be not just going by title, right? As a consumer, you don't care about what title, as long as you like the product. The visuals are first more appealing, and you're able to see that the product has certification, the product is good, it has a lot of reviews, it has a lot of feedbacks, and the product looks good. They have a very good video which tells about all the angles. Then you're through, right? You're sold. How does it matter to you as a consumer if there are so much of titles? Because I mean, as long as you like the product and the product is viable to you and it has a good pricing and a good content and it has reviews, you're sorted there.
But like sometimes when we look at the reviews, there are like five good reviews, five bad reviews, and all of them are like, I don't understand the good reviews, I don't understand the bad reviews. So such
No,
products like,
yeah, so obviously, there has to be some bad reviews, so there cannot be good reviews. Everybody cannot have the same experience, right? Definitely. But then what I would like to say that, you research about a brand. You don't generally like just buy it, right? You go to the content, you see the product, you see the videos, you have to kind of take a plunge and buy the product. You go to their Instagram page, you go to their Facebook page, little bit research. If it's an expensive product, if it's 1,000 rupees product, you would, if you like it so much, you would just buy it. That's about it. That's the kind of, even I have also sold a jewelry for 2 lakhs in US on Amazon. So it's just the way people, and there are no returns. You can't return that product. The jewelry is expensive. There's no return. So it doesn't. It depends product to product. There are a lot of parameters, but it depends consumer to consumer. Some consumer will not even return it. They won't even use it. They will just keep it and put a bad review. So that's how it is. I hope I answered your question.
yeah. And also I was gonna ask about this the fee you were talking about, the fee that Amazon charges, ACOS.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
ACOS is different, and Amazon assured, like assured by Amazon thing is different. I'm asking
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. They're completely different. They are, I'm sure assured is something which is completely different. They're not the same. Amazon advertising is completely different.
So none of them are this compulsory to have, or ACOS is compulsory.
It's not compulsory. It's just that you have to. So if once you have already on Amazon, you have goods. You obviously want to sell on Amazon, right? You're not going to be basically looking at not having a good revenue. So you have to invest. Eventually, everybody does invest. If they don't invest, you will only see like हर महीने 10 product 20 product बिक रहे हैं. That's not the logic, right? You want to sell 100 to, you want to increase to 200 products because you're there for business. You want more business. Your goods are already there. You don't sell, your goods will get expired over a period of time. The packaging will get old. You will be in losses. So you have to step by step kind of invest. but you have to keep measuring it, that you can't just invest blindly. If you invest, your sales are also increasing. So it's kind of getting nullified there. All right. Thank you. Any other questions? Anybody? Suraj, right? Or Prince? Looking forward for you guys. If any other question, otherwise I would like to kind of.
Anyone else has any questions?
Guys, you all can type in the chat box also if any questions do you all have. That will be also fine.
I think everybody understood so well that they don't have any questions. Or they must be sleeping. All right, I think Suraj, Prince, they don't have any questions.
Yeah.
I would thank you so much for listening to my 1 hour of massive session. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I would like to take your leave now. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
Bye. See you, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a great.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, before you leave, we would like everybody to just switch on their video so that we can take a good snapshot of the event.
Oh, that's good, but I don't know if everybody.
Yeah. So guys, everybody please, for them it's possible, can you please switch on your videos?
I don't think
I
anybody
guess that's done. Yeah.
will mind, but
So yeah, ma'am. I guess I'll hand over to Kunal for the final vote of thanks. Yeah.
So I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for such a great, insightful session. And Salman, you have paved us way for the e-commerce which is a great market and a great opportunity for us. And your guidance will help us so much. And I would like to thank our faculty in charge and my fellow Lotractors, with whom this event would not be a successful one. Thank you.
all right. Thank you so much, Kunal, for your kind words.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone. Have a great day ahead. A great evening ahead.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, it was a great
Bye.
session.
Okay, so this meeting is adjourned.